guys, welcome to a very impromptu band chat. I am your host, both Wayne and Garth from. No, I'm just kidding. I, I
Party
am
time.
Bonnie, lead vocals for Innocent Storm, and we are going to be sharing the stage July 19th with one of my very favorite bands, Paradise. Everybody say hi! Yay! Oh
Hi.
my gosh! Oh my gosh! You guys might be getting. You guys just got a treat. James Freeman, my guitarist and husband, just joined us, and he is stuck in
You guys
Redmond,
hear me?
Oregon, in like 106-degree weather, and it's been working all week, so he cannot be here tonight. So it's
I've
very
been
nice to
building,
have him, James
building
Freeman.
the C3 stage.
Hey.
Hey,
Welcome.
yeah, I've been building the C3 stage for Willie Nelson and stuff this weekend.
Oh,
3,600 linear feet. It's been a nightmare.
wow.
Biggest job
Wow.
I've ever done.
Babe, I'm digging your tan. Hey.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought
Hey,
I was
It's
tan.
yeah,
we actually just
it's not
decided to
been
do
fun.
this. And we actually just decided to do this very last minute because we have a very amazing show coming up on July 19th at Georgie's Barn Grill in Vancouver, Washington. And I get to be very blessed that for the second birthday in a row, I get to have one of my favorite bands on the planet, Paradigm Shift, come in and they're going to be playing with us. And we thought it'd be cool to sit down and do a little chat. So,
Oh,
guys, first of all, again, thank you so much for like the last minute. Let's do this. And
absolutely.
second of all, I want you guys to know that like um I got out of the loop for a little while back, a couple years back, and I got to see you guys for the first time at out in Redmond, Oregon, at the
Gambler 500.
at the Gambler
Oh, the
500.
gambler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the first time?
Yeah, unfortunately,
that was a good
That's
show.
wild.
which is really funny because I the reason I was out of the loop is because I had lived out there and had been running the Redmond newspaper and the Pendleton newspaper and then Coos Bay as well. So when I came back to Portland, everything was new to me and I had heard a lot about you, but you guys hit that stage. You guys hit that stage like you own that shit. And I was like, who the fuck is that? And so from that day, I mean, really, I was so shocked. I just stood there like, oh shit, I'm way overdressed.
Oh my God.
No, I wanted to know more about you, and I thought it'd be really fun to kind of just kick back and tell people who we are. So tell me who you are, what you do in the band, and tell me about Paradigm Shift.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we are missing one today. He's had a lot of crazy chaos going on this week and has family town stuff. But we can talk about him too. But I'll start. I'm Fern, and I do the vocals for Paradigm Shift. And yeah, I don't know what else to say actually. I don't know if I should say more than that.
Well, Gwen,
I
how long have you guys been in a band together?
we started in like 2017, so it's been like 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
Longer than
we're
I thought,
closer
yeah.
to 8 years now. Yeah. Yeah, because I was one of the original people. I mean, it was all sort of formed over Craigslist.
Oh,
And actually our first drummer and I were the ones who like connected initially. And then we brought on Chris and Galen. Chris does guitar. And then
okay.
Marshall here came into the picture during the pandemic
So
in
why
like
don't you guys
2021.
tell me
Yeah.
who's behind you and what they do in the band?
Yes. So
Yeah. So I'm Chris. I play guitar in the band and sing poorly sometimes.
he vibes.
And I'm Marshall. I'm
So
the
guitarists do.
the drummer. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
funny. You got a drummer that plays for Marshall. That is funny.
Isn't that funny? I
Yeah.
know.
So yeah.
Same spelling and everything.
But no, I replaced the original drummer, who is one of my original childhood friends. One of my probably 3 or 4 longest friends of my life.
This is
So I replaced him, and I've been
Yeah.
in the band for was it 4 or 5 years now?
yeah, I think
And
so.
yeah. And
I don't remember if it was full 2020 or 2021 that you came in, but yeah, somewhere in there.
yeah. It's been really fun ever since. A lot of good challenge, a lot of fun, great people.
And you guys have definitely come from like it. I mean, don't take this wrong. In the short time you went from wearing ripped up jeans to just a fucking beat on stage. I'm sorry. It's one of the only times James and I we looked at each other and we're like, well, maybe yeah. We you were definitely somebody every time that we look at stage we're like, okay, can we get them to play? The reason why
Aw.
is because I feel like when we play together, we have there's definitely a vibe that's going on there. It's not just female fronted, although that's got its own badassery. I think there's a lot of
Right.
power behind the two bands together. But two, I also think that you guys have some serious like stage presence. You guys really know how to bring a show. So I mean,
That's so cool.
and I don't know where you guys keep hiding out at, but we were told originally, weren't we, James, that they were one of the harder bands to get on stage. Like, good luck getting them. And we're like, challenge accepted.
Look, we'll always play with y'all.
Yes.
We've had a lot of really fun shows together. I think
Yes.
last birthdays, last time we
Yeah.
played together last year.
I know, which seems way too long, but
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, you guys played my 50th birthday, which we
Yep.
went
Yeah.
years ago. That was. And then what was really cool was it was such a vibe, and we played with Villains in Vain that night, which those
Yes.
Yeah.
those
Oh, yeah.
guys just get it,
Man.
And
That was so
I know
fun.
they're up to a lot of things in their life. I know they got a lot of school and that kind of stuff. They're
Yeah.
so they're not always readily available. But that night, on my 50th birthday, like a couple of years back, we won't talk about how. We actually left the venue, took the venue owners with us, and we went out to karaoke in Vancouver.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, we shut that place down too.
That
That was
was
a good
a
time.
wild time.
Yeah.
That's the first time
That
I've
was-
ever been put on the spot where I couldn't sing some shit. It was fun.
Oh my god. I don't know when that was. No. It's funny because I think that was one of the first nights that as a band we also kind of like hung out and sort of partied with like other bands on a show. Like I feel like a lot of time we're maybe we're serious or we have other crap going on that we have to like get home for or whatever. So it was one of those things where I was like, I wish I did this more. I wish I like hung out with bands after the show more. It's like a desire, but it's hard to make it happen. So yeah, I was stoked. It was great to be there for you and with you. And, yeah.
Well, and what was amazing was James and I, we're like new parents of our grandson. Well, we're raising him as our own. And and having that just as you're getting into your metal career, especially at our age, and especially considering we're a little later than most, it is so hard for us.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think we've really been out together since that night. Like for us, it was such a treat, and it was also such a great opportunity for us to really bond with the bandmates and
Sure,
other
yeah.
bandmates of other bands. We don't get to do that either. So we were,
Yeah.
and it was great. We all showed up and we all got home okay.
I know. I couldn't believe everyone said yes when we went and did that. It was awesome. And it's so funny because Galen, our bassist, who's not here right now, he is in Chasing Wind too, who are newer on the scene. But a lot of them were there that night too, and he had just joined that band, and they came to watch us, and then they came to the bar after, and so it was like just this whole little collective moment, and
It
yeah,
was definitely a moment and one I've never forgotten. I mean,
yeah,
I
same.
think even 3 days after washing, I still think I had Jude's like makeup, villains of Vain
Mascara.
Yeah, so he has this all like blacked out. But unfortunately, that's not really tattooed. So I went home with like some Nikki Six. Like it was cool.
Oh my god.
So since the day that we met you guys at the Gambler, we saw a significant difference in you guys at Heavy Metal Brewing in Vancouver, Washington, July 21st, a couple years back. What is the difference between the girl and the guys that were standing on the stage at the Gambler and the ones we're looking at now?
That is a really good question. I mean, I think that we kind of hit like a turning point when we did the Vakken battle.
The veteran.
Um,
Sure.
yeah, I think before then we had been kind of working our way up
Wait
to
a minute.
sort of, I
We
guess,
did that
being,
together, didn't we?
yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did.
I'm
And so,
sorry.
yeah, I think, yeah.
Lose track, but no, go ahead, please, because
Oh, yeah. I think, I think it taught us to, like, we really had to prepare for that, because there's all the
Right.
criteria and the packet and like, all these things that maybe you don't think about when you think you're just doing a casual gig at a bar or whatever. So I think it was just, okay, we have to like make sure we understand and like do something for each of these criteria. And we also like, we actually practiced our set, like where we did the talking points in between. And it was as close to like a dress rehearsal as you could get every time we were practicing. And so I think it just took us to another place where we started to understand like, okay, there's a routine to performing and it doesn't have to just be guesswork. And
Yeah, I think, playing your instrument is one thing, but performing is a whole separate
Yeah,
art.
for sure.
On top
Yeah.
of that.
Oh, for sure.
Like, prior to that, you didn't think about that. It's like, oh, I'm just going to play my part and it's going to be fine because it sounds good. There's more to it than that. Y'all understand this as well. Y'all are great on stage.
Yes.
So like putting
Amazing.
on that show as well as playing your parts, I think is a big deal that we really got more into it and practiced it, made a conscious effort to make it better.
and you
Yeah.
guys killed us on stage that night, and I but you know what? You guys aren't wrong.
I mean, who
I've
on the
asked,
ring
I've
is
asked,
like
yeah, I have asked several
another level.
artists that have been into it because I feel like the back end metal battle in Portland and Seattle are almost a rite of passage. If you're damn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're damn serious about what you do, and you want to be looked at as serious, like there is so many criteria. You have to fit like you've got to be as professional as possible to even get in, let alone for what they're looking for. And the first time we went in, they gave us a sheet. We actually bypassed the whole. The first time we bypassed the entire
Oh, right.
first, second
Yeah.
rounds
Went
and
through
went
that.
to the end.
Yeah.
On is a great thing, you would think, except for I don't think we were as prepared to know what we were getting into. The next time around,
Right.
I think we put on a pretty good show, though. I mean,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I mean, and
It
it
was
was a good
awesome.
experience. And we did rehearse like crazy, and we even worked on some choreography and whatnot. So I
Yeah.
get exactly what you guys are saying. You definitely up your game, and you start looking, like you said, things like stage presence. You're putting on like a production. You're not just a bunch of people standing up on stage playing for your friends in a garage or something.
Yeah.
You're thinking, okay, we're doing something here. So let's make, how professional can we be? Where can we take this? So yeah.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think for all of the things that like really bummed us out about it, this is for me. I think where a lot of us, I mean, we've been playing on stage. You guys have been playing on stage forever before that, and so would we. And all of a sudden, we're like, oh shit, we need to up our game. So in doing that, like
Right.
since Torn, we actually rented a couple of venues and we had practice runs for like
Oh,
everything
wow.
that we were going to do. And the reason why is because
Right.
this was really kind of the what do you call it? Remember those notes in high school you got where like cliff notes, right? It was like
Oh, yeah.
the cliff notes of what you needed to do to actually be able to do this, and maybe
Yeah.
and what a
Yeah.
uh, maybe a national act, even if you bought on, would expect from you.
Well,
And I had no
Totally.
idea, none.
Yeah. It's
That's a good way to put
I
it.
remember management. Well, you got some outside influence like management, and they're telling you, like with me, I like to stare at my guitar so I'm playing it correctly, even though it's more of a crutch than anything. Because a lot of times when I get in the groove, my eyes are completely closed. So my thing was staring at the end of the building, look like you're staring at every single person in the audience, and I kept getting drilled over and over and over for that. So that's the one thing that's like consciously driven into my head, and then us doing things where we're like in unison on stage, and it was was a workout. It was a lot of work. So
Yeah.
It's a scary thing to do, to ask a group of people like judges. I say, hey, tell me everything I'm doing
Yes.
wrong.
Especially
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do.
It's
and it's
very
like, oh, you
telling
could have held that
feedback.
back.
right.
But what you were saying earlier though about kind of bypassing the first round and doing the second, it is true because thankfully we got into the second round and we had that feedback, so we were able to kind of just kick it up a notch a little bit, even if it wasn't
Right.
crazy. It was like, I've always been like an outfits person, so it was kind of fine for me, but they definitely, that one of the biggest feedbacks was like, oh yeah, like you guys look like you could have walked in off the street, so let's dress up like the rock stars
No.
you are. So it was just those little things, and I
Oh
think
my
we
God, she
carried
caught
that
that. She
through the
caught
rest.
that. That was one of the biggest things. I was off stage being like, dude, she suited up and showed up for her job tonight. And here, like, I'm looking at us while we look like a psycho circus, being like, maybe this isn't.
I love the circus.
I really love that you stepped up not just your look, but your vocals. Even though I think you might have started over one song, which I thought was so on an own basis. Was that you guys?
Yeah, we totally did.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Maybe I
in
blocked
my
it out.
opinion, that would be called out for me. I thought that was the most professional thing. Because at first I was like, oh my God, they get to do that? And then the second thing is James says, you know what? If you're going to do it right or don't do it at all. And he was so right on the money because you guys beat us out in that competition. I was so proud
It's just so crazy
to watch you guys. I was so proud to watch you guys. It was a different. You guys have become like this. Like you guys are just a beast now, and I think that since the time you were at the Vacan battle, things have really, really, really progressed for you. And I really do hear what you're saying, and I would love to know what you guys are doing now since then, because I haven't seen you guys play, and I've been dying to.
Yeah, it's been a lot of gaps in between. I mean, one of our band members had a baby in like February, and so he's been real busy, and actually like
Things
his
up.
his mother-in-law is in town, which is like why he is not here right now. But and we had a few months where they weren't, they were getting prepared and all this stuff, so we didn't really even like practice a ton and stuff like that. But it's all just part of life.
Yeah, life happens.
And I think, like with our summers, a lot of the time, like, I mean, we're all friends, so I think it's like we end up doing a lot of other things together. Like we were just out camping and stuff, but it makes it harder to find times to do shows. So, I love playing out. I think we all do, and I think we'll probably get back into it more. But yeah, it's been a lot of. It's like every year that goes by, it seems like more and more exciting things are happening in personal and band life, and so it is hard to balance for sure.
Yeah, it hit it pretty hard recently, like writing new material, which is always
This
fun,
is true.
So
Yes.
sneak preview, maybe you'll hear something here soon. So
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And writing has been a goal for us over the last couple years because I think we were doing a lot of shows. It seemed like for a bit there, and then we kind of writing sort of went on the back burner. And so I think now we've maybe flip flopped a little bit. Yeah. So, but it's great. As along with performing and all the stuff about growth and everything, I think like especially with Marshall involved now drumming, I think our musical range has expanded, like our influences and everything. So I think writing's
nice.
gonna be different for us now too. Like our sound is like starting to lean a little bit different than maybe at the very beginning. So so writing's been, I think we're all excited about that. And so it's easy to just dive into it and not think about anything else.
Yeah. What have you brought to this band that wasn't there before, man? I'm gonna put you on the spot because that's what we do on band.
Yeah, I almost feel like more than anything else musically, I was really influenced when I was learning drums by just progressive music, and Dream Theater specifically was the band that influenced me more than any other single band. So I think kind of having that initial prog influence and bringing a little bit of that and having that, being cool with, the simple, heavy, headbanging rock grooves, and then being able to bring in the more musically complex sections of songs is something that I like to hear, I like to play, and I'd like to challenge myself and everybody else to see what we can come up with to make it, be musically complex but still headbanging and fun and groovy.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't groove and you're not having fun, what's the point?
Right, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, some of the greatest songs, it's all about the groove and the hook, so.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I hope we never let that die, because that speaks to me as well. Like every time I get in a situation with like a lot of R&B or like pop artists, I'm always like, man, I need to like write, more hooky stuff and more. So
Right.
all these things, culminate, I guess. And yeah, I think it's like he has such a wide range of music that he listens to, and he's like very open-minded, and yeah, it's just, yeah. And he's a technical boy. He's always trying to get better. Every time I talk to him about drums, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna try to play something or like write something that I can't play yet, but then I'll learn to play
I get
it.
it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's kind of with every of the songs we're working on now. That's kind of one of my goals is try to write at least one part of a song that I can't play and I'm gonna have to learn for the song to kind of challenge myself and then see if I can encourage Chris and Galen and Fern to come up with some challenging parts that they can't necessarily play right away and have to figure out.
yeah,
Just always try to grow.
keeps things fresh.
Yeah.
Right.
completely relate to this because I wrote some stuff. The band learned. We took it down to San Diego, and I'm going to tell you this shit is badass. And Portland, Vancouver, I've never heard it before. We decided to do it down there, and I didn't even exactly know how to pull it off, and I pulled it off. But
That's
you
amazing.
have that in common where we're like, I hear it, dude. I hear it.
Yeah.
I can do it. I'm just gonna have to learn some shit. I'm gonna have to what I'm gonna have to do is just kick it, let the universe go, stop trying so damn hard, and just do the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
sometimes in doing that, we find out that the more simpler we've done it, the the more precise we are. You know what I mean? So I get what you're saying about that.
Yeah,
We've got
that's true too.
a few minutes.
Well, it depends what the song calls for. Some songs are complex, some aren't. It just what works or complements the vocals
Yeah.
or the vibe of the song. Sometimes holding back actually makes the song. So it just depends.
Totally.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Totally. And there's beauty in being in sync with something that's, simpler or less complicated or however you want to call it, and just being really tight, which I feel like you guys always are. Like every time I've seen you, you guys are like together. It doesn't matter like what's happening. You seem like you're all like on the same level and in the same headspace, and you're like in sync with each other.
Because he's a slave driver, this guy down here.
Oh, we gotta have one in the band,
Trying to make us good.
We all have this show up in 3 days. And
That's why you guys are going to San Diego.
this is the first time they've had a female fronted, I think, at Georgie. So what do you
Sweet.
bring? And then I'd like to say what we're going to bring. And then I want to tell everybody where they can find you in the meantime. That
Cool.
run out of time. I hate when that happens. So what are y'all bringing? I'm bringing everything. What you got?
Everything. I mean, you got it. Absolutely.
We're gonna give it our all. We're gonna
Yeah.
give you couple new songs. We're
Nice.
gonna probably, I don't know,
Yeah. So it's new songs, and one of them,
New
no one's ever heard before. We're going down
new outfits,
Yeah.
guitars.
new
got
guitars.
guitars that I never usually bring out.
And that's my husband. So I'm not a gay woman at all. But dude,
Yeah,
you are so beautiful right now.
thank you.
I can really tell that you're coming into your own. I know that you've got like some other,
Uh,
project, but you're maturing as an artist, and it fucking shows. It's so beautiful, and I'm so glad to have you here. But more so, I was so honored that you were like, yeah, I'll take the stage with you. I'm like,
oh, hell
We
yeah.
always have a good time with
We
you guys.
love you. Yeah.
have new stuff you bring in. So, so does Innocence Torn, and I'm gonna tell you guys, if you miss this show, you're gonna miss out on one of the coolest shows to ever hit Georgie's. So it's July 19th, this Saturday. Got 3 days. It's $10 at the door. You know what I mean? It's all 8
Yes.
11 o'clock. We have to be off by like 10. So
Right. Right.
Yeah.
speak to your community, and I will just own you. So personally, I think honestly, this show is going to go off the hook. I really feel like this is the greatest combination because we're not playing a lot of local shows. We had an opportunity, and the opportunity fell through. And the first people that they were like, "Who do you want to play with?" And we knew immediately. Immediately, we wanted to play with you guys. You're professional. You're amazing. You are so damn talented, Fern. It's pathetic, but what's happening with your band right now for me is like you guys have matured into quite the band. I think that is you're the next level of what's going to be coming up, and it's an honor to be able to share a stage with you. So for me,
Yeah.
my
Same
slave
for us.
driver, my
You
heart
know.
slave driver, I love you, baby. I miss you.
Aw, miss you too. Yeah, we
Bye bye. I guess that was it. Shit. Bye.
yeah.
So
Uh,
I was
Yeah.
this, and I was saying goodbye to my husband because he's got to go to sleep. But
Oh.
no,
Yeah.
you guys go on at what time?
Wait, what was that?
what time do we go on?
Oh,
I actually have that information, but I thought
I know.
8 p.m.
I thought it was 7.
Oh, no. We
You
go
guys-
on.
you guys come on at 7. You
Okay.
probably should want. I think we're supposed to go on at 8. All I know is we're supposed to be done at 9, which is
Right.
why. Here's why, people. It's not because it's an early venue and they don't have alcohol. They have all these things. It's just because they allow kids, and
Oh,
both of my kids have decided to go to this one, and my daughter is so over like being a band kid. She hates it. So we
that's hilarious.
you should have seen her at Rivera Fest, like not last year. I think it was like the year before, right? And she like all over camp. She's coming back with like t-shirts and like patches
Oh
and
my God. That's amazing.
like all of these like light up glow things. And I go, "Oh baby, did you have when I get back, I interview her just for a second on Facebook. I said, "Baby, did you have a great time?" She's like, "That was the best ever," right? I go, I didn't see you because I see the baby. He's being passed from mom to mom to mom to mom. And I had a friend of mine, and they're all friends, you know what I mean? So I don't mind because I can see him. 'Cause, baby's just like, yeah. And I looked at Nadia and I go, what did you think of my set? What did you think of my stage? She goes, I didn't watch that. And I'm like, no, you didn't watch
Your parents are never as cool as everybody else.
No, she's in the living room and she's like, because really, mom, here's my bedroom. There's a studio. There's my bedroom. There's a studio. I don't want to hear it.
That's fair.
Okay. Apparently, mom's not.
You know,
So,
she's heard me do the same part like over and over and over again a million times. And
wind up being like a pop singer. She's very artistic and she has a very good sense of, but I think she's a Swiftie maybe, or she likes that kind of music. And
you know,
Nothing wrong with that, per se.
no, but out this show and watch the rock star this one is, and then tell me, like, really, really, like, she just is like, you guys are so over the top. We're gonna. So, guys, again, I just,
I think that's
uh, I can't wait to hear your new music. We are going to be turning out 2 brand new songs, 2 that will not be released to the public. They're being released probably another way. I really can't say, but
okay.
it's really amazing to me the progression of both of these bands, where we started out, maybe I don't know, I can't speak for you, but maybe not so sure where we're gonna go, but knowing now Like, I know now that I might be at my age, but you are damn skippy. This is my retirement plan. I'm progressing in that highly. I've taken this extremely seriously. I've had to get lessons from people that I never suspected would ever teach me. I've had to learn to become a different person from being mom, with a bun in my hair, wearing sweats, to wearing a bathing suit on stage.
Right, a cowboy hat.
You look amazing. So
I'm not always really comfortable. I'll tell you what. When we played back, and it was like 104 degrees or some shit outside.
oh, I know.
Yeah, you just have
Sometimes mistakes are made with the outfits. You think you're gonna be fine, and you're like, I am really not fine.
to. And it's taken me a really long time to be like, okay. So in the wintertime, I'm still wearing shorts, and why is that? It's so hot. You know what I mean? I've done a lot of different outfits within the same idea of like the person I created, right? Because I'm mom, right? And then I'm this other person, and
Right.
we're a little bit weird in the sense that we hate when people suit up and show up like they're looking like Pantera on stage. Like, if you're just gonna wear shorts and the shirt you've been wearing for like the last 5 fucking days, like that's not exactly that's what Backen taught us. That you have to
Right.
Right.
job you want,
Same.
even if
Same.
decent jeans. I mean, suit up and show up for what you want. And for me, I've always been like an '80s kid anyway, and I loved when I was a kid. When I went to shows, everyone dressed like even Iron Maiden. My first show was when you went to a Motley Crue concert. Everybody looked like Motley Crue. Like, if you just want to inspire other people to, not just with your music,
Yeah.
also fashion plays a part in it. And the fuck if I knew what that looked like. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah.
and it's not like I
I
got
mean,
money for it, but thank God for corsets. Yeah.
right. Seriously, I'm learning the love of those.
I can't use that excuse. I just got to deal with it,
Wear a corset. We could dress you up like that. It is true though. Like it's funny because I think also when I was newer to performing on stage, it was like I kind of felt like I had to like drink more or whatever to be comfortable. And I think now I've kind of had this realization lately that getting dressed up is like, you're putting on the costume and that's like you're turning into that person. Even if I'm not that different. Like, I'm not going to say I'm one of those people that has like a full alter ego or anything like that, but it's something about the process of like getting ready, like the ritual that like, and I've heard these things before when people talk about what do you do to get yourself ready to perform. And I think everyone, if you have a bit of a ritual, it kind of makes you go from like one version of yourself to the other. And I think for me, a lot of that started with, yeah, like putting on the costume, like doing the outfit and putting on the makeup and,
Yeah. Um,
looking like something way more exciting than I feel like the rest of the time.
I don't know about you, but I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting to need to. I did it because that's how I felt. I wanted to suit up and show up for the job I wanted, but it became highly necessary that I look like this, and so I kept having to reinvent that. The other thing is that I started out as at least a shot or two, five before stage, and the more professional I become, the more I can't drink. I like drinking. I do.
Yeah.
You know what?
Totally.
A lot of people in recovery, like, they weren't having a good time. My problem is I was having way too good of a time, and I do. And so we have to like really look at like our situation. Like, we're about to move on to the next level. So what's that look like? Well, I can't drink, and I don't drink before practice. I don't drink at practice. I don't drink before a show. Um,
Right.
Sometimes, like when I went down to Hollywood last year, I didn't drink but one drink and never even finished it.
Right.
And it was mainly because I played two shows. I played the Orange County Fair and then Whiskey a Go Go. on the same day.
Oh yeah.
Matter of like, you know what I mean? And then
That's a hard thing to do two in one
and then
day and different venues. That's crazy.
there has been one time I will tell you that it really James is the worst on me, especially when he's just so professional. It pisses me off. Like he's so damn perfect. Oh shit. All right. So what I was saying is there is like a very rare occasion where James will like put down his like big brick wall, and one of which I'd like to share with you guys. I think it's kind of funny. Um, we got screwed out of a show at the Whiskey a Go Go and wound up at the Rainbow Room, right? That was a couple years back, and we didn't know what we were walking into, so we suited up and showed up because we're like, Rainbow Room? Oh, shit, let me lounge? Okay. We get there, and we're not even allowed to, like, go behind or anywhere in the building. We had to be escorted because there was an event going on. We're like, what event? Like, what's going on? And we find out that we're actually playing for Ronnie James Dio's 80th birthday party.
Whoa. That's rad.
Whoa.
His wife is there, Eddie Trunk's there, Sebastian Bach. We're upstairs, right?
Crazy.
And they didn't like some of our equipment, so they're like bringing out their own equipment. And the sound guy, who's doing my sound check at the time, comes up to me and said, "So you're doing a cover song?" And back then, when we first got started, I had bought a couple of mechanical right system songs I loved as a kid, and it was just how I knew I was going to get like heard if I was going to get heard. And one of which happened to be Skid Row's fucking like one of their songs, right? And the guy looks at my set list and he goes, "I just listened to this, and I've just texted Sebastian Bach, who's downstairs, that you're going to be playing this song, and he's on his way up." And I'm like,
Jesus.
no, I literally went,
I was shitting bricks.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
it's Sebastian Bach, first of all.
Right.
So I'm not exactly sure. He wasn't thrilled that I was able to get this. I know that through the distribution company. Sorry, Sebastian. You know, that's true. You're like, no chick is going to sing it until you heard me sing it. And then, yeah. So, yeah, long story short, I'm standing there and I have a really good friend of mine from the WWF. He was also in the movie Wedding Singer at Mr. Outrageous. And James was looking at him. They're looking at me. And all of a sudden I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. I knew, like, I didn't know what he was going to do, right? So James goes, "Do you want to go share a drink?" And I'm looking at him like, really? Really? He was like, "I think it's like," so we pick and choose when the right time, I think is what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Totally.
Moments that you're like, bitch, have a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in moderation, you know?
Yeah.
There's only a half of like, a jiggered, what do you call it? Vodka cran.
Right.
And honestly, it gave me just enough. Because when I went out there, I actually forgot that there was an event going on downstairs, right? And another one of the songs that I had bought that we had done at the time was Twisted Sister, The Price. And I started singing it. Everything was going lolly, you know what I mean? Like, I had all these crowd, people were like, yeah, and I was like, okay, so cool, not my song, cool. And all of a sudden, we started hearing this roar. I don't think any of us could have understood. We did not understand what was happening until I heard it. And I stopped singing. And so did the rest of the band. And everybody downstairs at the Rainbow, everybody in front of me, and everybody that was sitting downstairs in the Italian restaurant were all singing it for us. And
Oh, wow.
So beautiful. Oh my God. I died. And I said,
Yeah.
"You know what? One of these days, this is why I stay sober on stage. Because one of these days, that's going to be my song. And people are going to be singing it, and I'll remember it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everything in
Totally.
my
Yeah. Yeah. I think about that too a lot. That's
Where are you guys
amazing.
going? What's your plan? What are you guys gonna do? Honestly, like,
That's a good question.
because this
I
is
mean,
one thing that I've known about you guys is you're not willing to stay local. You're not. Like, I think you guys are very picky and
it would
choosy about where you play, and I think you're methodical in that, but there has to be something behind the mastermind. What are you guys up to?
It would be really fantastic to. I mean, I don't even really know what we like need to do to maybe find an opening spot at a festival somewhere, or be a local opener for a touring band, maybe someone that's a little bit bigger than some of the touring artists we've opened for. We've done a little bit, but it's kind of few and far between, and it seems like it kind of has to be the right fit. But it would be really great to do more of that. I mean, we have kind of said in the past, like, it'd be great to like take over Portland, like, be that kind of band that could be called upon by much more professional establishments. I mean, personally, I would love to like go to do a tour, even if it's a small tour. It doesn't even have to be, or just pop off to different locations if for a show. I think
Are
that
you
would be
guys
amazing too. So,
are you up for like management opportunities and maybe go that route? Are you guys open to recording
I don't know
contracts?
if we thought about it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think there is probably a lot of like, I guess, like uncertainty or something around those kind of things, just because we've never done it and we don't really know people. So maybe we should talk about that on a business level sometime. But
No, I think
because you guys seem to have been in a lot of places, and you probably have a lot more insight on how that all works, and
it all really boils down to what you want.
who to trust, who not to trust.
I mean, I've got bandmates that have like, a ton of other bands. And every time I have to be like, dude, what happens if this happens? And I've got to kind of hold it down. So it's really, for me, I think at the end of the day, to answer that question, even though you didn't pose one to me, it really seems like every bandmate has to be on the same page, and they all have to want to go in the same direction. You want signed? Do you want a record label?
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. Do you want to stay local? Do you want to just do this for fun? Do you want to do this for fun and make money? Because each one of these things requires totally different ways of thinking and planning. And to stay local is pretty easy. To get in the clique, that just depends on who's popular at the time. Right now, it's you and I. You know what I mean? And dude, I would open up a stage anytime for any. It could be a kid with a guitar. I'll open up the stage for them to have their first stage. I am so about that. And there's a lot of people, and I'm not naming names because it's random. This really boils down to what your band wants.
Right.
What I guess you're kind of willing to give for that opportunity, and then how far do you want to go? Because if you're willing to go all the way, honey, I could introduce you to some people that'll do that for you all day. This also requires your life, your commitment. This is. I used to think that, okay, this was just a commitment, and now I'm starting to realize, holy crap, man, this involves just like laying out your life in front of the gods and asking them to plan for you and hope that they've got the best interest for you. But if you don't go after that dream, I'm going to tell you, ain't nobody going to do it for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you're probably right. That's probably a conversation that maybe we haven't had enough of as a band. I mean, I think maybe in bits and pieces we have, but, there have been times where I've thought about that. Like, if I, like, for instance, like, if we got invited on a tour and someone couldn't go, would you be okay with us hiring a touring whoever, something like that, a touring instrumentalist, like, so there are these things that, I guess when you start a band and you're kind of just in the local scene, it's probably one of those things where you don't really think about, and you get absorbed in your jobs and everything, and so it is one of those things where, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Definitely one of those bands that if they wanted to, if they were willing, and you know what, I gotta switch out bandmates often. Sometimes Shy can't make it because he's got his other band, or because my other guitarist plays with Alive 85, who also plays with like Metal Church. Like we had to teach our other guitarist how to play bass, and
Right.
it comes down to like the hardest part I think for being in a band wasn't choosing my bandmates. It was literally choosing between if I'm going to have a normal life or if this is what I'm going to do. And I really appreciate bands that are just like, nope, just going to stay local, just want to fucking do the thing. And I'm like, that's great. I don't get that option because that's not the life I put in front of myself. But I had no idea what I was doing. And I sometimes I still don't. I'm just blessed that I get to, at my age, I still get to do this. I get to do this for the first time in my life,
Right.
and then people take me seriously. So, what's one
And
of
that's
the
inspiring too,
what's one of the hardest things about being in a female-fronted metal band? Do you find, and then how do you combat that?
I mean, probably just that it is, as everyone who's female in rock and metal has ever said, it's just super male dominated. I
Look at all the
think
dudes
there
behind
can
you.
be
Look at the two dudes behind you. I don't think they feel
right.
right? That's pretty
For some
badass.
reason, I'm always good at being friends with guys. I don't know why this keeps happening, but but yeah, I mean, it's like I'm really excited. Like we're doing, the Femme Fatale Fest in August, and I'm really excited because I think I'm hoping and I'm imagining that the audience will actually be like a greater amount of females, and every time we've done, like, I think we did a female fronted bigger, like a show with multiple bands together. Yeah, we did a female fronted thing together
like always,
too.
it's male. It's a male dominated freaking.
Yeah,
That's crazy, isn't it?
but I think it would be nice. Like, I don't know. I think it would be nice to know that something I'm saying or writing about is more relatable. And I know it can be related to by anybody, but I think there are certain subjects that are more specific that like would hit home for a female audience. And we're kind of at a point where we're not super like listened to. Like, people probably see our live shows and they don't really understand the words, they don't really know what's going on. So it would be nice to, I think that's the challenge, is like it would be nice to know that other people could hear what's being said and relate to it, and figure out what it means for them, and know that being a female in this kind of genre is, it could be a little bit like you sort of have to take a step back, but I also want to get to this point where I talk more about how like I'm a safe space, and we're here for all the audiences and not just the dudes. Yeah. So,
I relate to this, and not to interrupt you, but man, I relate to this so much. There's a few songs that I really needed to be heard. It wasn't I needed to be heard, but more so I wanted you to understand what the fuck I'm screaming about. Like, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs.
Right.
And they're like, why are you screaming? I'm like, well, if you've heard the lyrics, you would understand like the message I'm trying to get out. So I did these lyric videos. People don't have to like them. I don't give a shit. Like, it took me weeks to build my own band as a model in AI. I have built a lot of models. I've done a lot of things, but it was the only way for me personally to be able to like not just share the storyline, like what it looks like to feel it, but then to share those lyrics. And I think that you're so right on with that, that they're so busy looking at you and the quality of your band that they're not hearing what you're saying. And I think if they could, it would be life changing. I've heard some of your lyrics, dude. You're pretty damn deep.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're one of my. You are literally one of my favorite female artists, but more so, your vocal range is
Well,
crazy.
thank you.
And no offense to you, boys,
Um,
she's kind of gotcha. She's
Thank you.
gotcha. You know she does. Amazing. But more so,
I know what the song has.
I get it.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
I said that about my
what
band
we
all
were
the time.
talking
Like,
about.
I'm
Oh
just-
God, what were we talking about?
my husband says he's just the janitor, but really I'm the one who cleans up for him, so I get what you're saying.
That's funny.
We have got a hell of a show coming at you guys. I can't wait for this.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
You should really.
it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, especially the fact that I think that you've got some thunder you're going to bring. I think that you went from being a girl, and let me just say this out loud, and I don't mean this in any ill will, but you went from a girl in a half sweatshirt and ripped up jeans, look very professional looking, very poised, extremely talented. You've come a long way, and now I'm looking at your
Well,
band.
thank you.
We're clearly really proud to be sitting behind you right now. I think the show is just absolutely going to smash. And we've got a couple of songs that, like I said, we've never done in front of people. We took it down to San Diego because we were like, I don't need your bullshit. I want an honest opinion, and we got it. And it's a different band, you know. We've progressed as well, and they're finally listening to me.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was all male driven, and I have to keep forcing myself upon them to be like, listen to me. And now I don't think they have a choice. I think
For
now
sure.
they listen. And also, I think my band is really progressing to a point of that trip. If you want to get to know your bandmates and you want a good connection, and if you really want to find out who they are and if they're staying around and what their their purposes in your band, go take a 1,200-mile trip, 22 hours, with them in a fucking candy van, with no stereo. And you're going to find out who the fuck you're dealing with. Because I found out that my boys are really, they're my eyes, they're my courage, they're my strength. And I didn't know that about them. And I'm really blessed. And I think people are probably going to see the difference in Innocence Torn on the stage. I think this show is going to just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm super excited to hear it and see it as a fan.
Me too.
I'm not performing at that show. I'm there to watch as well. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
We did a thing where they.
I know. I mean, I saw. I knew how much I liked you last year, and so.
I leaked some shit in the San Diego videos that I posted. There are a few new songs in there that will just. They're mine. Like, they're not. The band didn't create them. I taught them how to play it. Don't ask me how I did that because I don't speak guitarist. I do not speak guitarist. My two guitarists are talking, and I'm like, they speak like this weird
It's very hard.
We used to, before I got like sober in the band, right? I used to have this thing, me and Ronnie, when Ronnie was still in the band, which you guys played with too. Every time somebody said drop D, somebody had to take a fucking shot because we're like, what are they talking about? We'll understand that. We'll understand understand I'm at the bottom of the
I
barrel.
know all about drop D.
Drop
I
C.
know all about drop C and drop D.
I have no idea.
Oh, I try. I have to
What did you
claw and scrape for these guys to play in other keys. Drop C and D. So our one fatal flaw. Just kidding. It does. It always sounds good. What can you say?
And I'm looking at Marshall
Reason
right now.
everyone knows it.
I'm looking at Marshall right now, and he heard the word drop D, and he was like, straight faces, like, oh, these mother. I know. And then I'm sitting
I
over
don't
here,
have to worry about the key.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to him.
my
That's
drummer.
so funny.
I think what I like about my drummer is I thought I wanted to start out life as a drummer, so I can give him like all I needed to do just do this, do 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 pum 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 do 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 pum pum, and all of a sudden he's like, and it's really really cool that we can do that. While the rest of the band looks at us like these two do not belong in the same room. It's nice to have that.
As long as you have some magic communication, right?
Right.
Some understanding.
We tried
Yeah.
sign language. We tried the whole signs. Apparently, none of that works. We just have to, yeah, we bear in with each other. But thank you guys again. I'm going to thank you again for being here with me. I know this is our third time around.
Yeah.
I really believe that when you guys said yes, I was like, this is going to be the show. I was freaked. I totally turned girly about it. I love and appreciate you guys, but I cannot wait to see you progress so much, as well as us. And I thought we would make especially considering we planned this real close to closer to the 4th of July. And I thought, what fucking fireworks is this? We don't have another show. The rest
Right back at you.
Yeah.
And I don't see you guys playing here either. But I have a feeling that's because you guys need to come in and play with us in a few other places, and just you can't always play home.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you
Yeah.
do,
Yes, if there's anything that you can think of. I think that would be great. I think that'd be super great.
so if you ever go to San Diego, okay, if you ever get to Hollywood, once you play the Whiskey a Go Go, call me, because I do think that's one of the songs we're bringing this week is about that, and I was so wrong in that writing. I didn't even know, and now I know. We're going back to San Diego. San Diego, the kids, the old folks, the beach, the entire community is all based on rock and roll. Everybody, everywhere you go, no matter where you go, that place is insane, and I can't wait to get back there. And it sounds like we're going back. I would love to take you guys with me, but if you're gonna do it, fly. It's 22-hour long trip.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sounds amazing.
Celebrate my birthday and have a great fucking time.
I know. Happy almost birthday.
Well, thank you, and I thank you so much for agreeing to do this when you guys had way better opportunity. I know you have. You guys were elusive, but I'm about to bring you out of your show because I think that this show is really, if it's not for them, it's for us. So, of course it's going to happen. We're
Absolutely.
Going to and that's at Georgie's. July 19th, they go on at 7, we go on at 8. You guys can't miss us. They have badass food, killer ass menu, great sound, huge background. I mean, this is going to be sick. And come hang out with my kids. It's going to be a great time. From all of us in this tour, and again, we love you
It'll
guys.
be a great time.
Thank you for being here, friend, all of you. And you have to learn to talk, bro.
We love you too.
Drums can't always say it all. Good night, you.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Good night.
We'll see you there.
Thank you. We'll see you there. Yeah.
See you in a couple days.
Lots of love. We're gonna go practice our set now.
not me. I'm gonna go drink my beer because I'm not practicing, and go deal with a bunch of kids. And
There you go.
I got 3 songs I'm writing right now.
Well, thank you for taking the time.
Yeah,
It's great chatting with you.
See you guys Saturday.
All right.
Bye bye.
See you Saturday.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks for everything.
Thank you, Paradigm Shift, for the very impromptu podcast. We really appreciate it. I think we had an hour to decide whether to do it or not, and I'm so glad we did. Please come and join us at Georgie's Garage and Grill this Saturday, the 19th, at 606 Broadway Street in Vancouver, Washington, for our Metacross event you are not going to want to miss. Innocence Torn and Paradigm Shift. Also, too, do not forget to tune in this Friday. We're going to have the ladies, the queens of podcasting from Musicians Hangout. We're going to have Crash and Maxine, and it's going to be a banger, folks. So tune in, subscribe, share. We will see you soon. Come on, let's ride this Saturday. All right, come on.